Halstead Telephone Company and R&J Broadcasting Incorporated is proud to present to you this broadcast on yourliveevent.com.
And a pleasant good Friday morning from Hendrickson Field here in Enderlin, North Dakota. It is the 2025 Enderlin Baseball Classic here today for our first of 7 games on yourliveevent.com. I'm Chase Miller alongside Joey Hughes. Welcome to the Classic again. The first of 7 will feature Maple River and Lisbon at the top of the hour. From there will be Enderlin and Lisbon roughly at 10:45. At 12:30, Maple River goes up against the Ball Stars, the co-op of Hankinson, Fairmount, Campbell, Tinta, Lidgerwood, and Rossholt. Hillsborough, Central Valley, and Kindred get things going in the afternoon at 2:15, followed by 4 o'clock. The Ball Stars and the Thunder of Hatton Northwood will tangle. At 5:45, it's the Burros in Northern Cass, and then for a Region 1 counter later tonight in the nightcap, a true 7-inning game roughly at 7:30 will be the Enderlin Eagles going up against Northern Cass. Every game outside of the nightcap will be 5 innings or 90 minutes of baseball, and then the final one tonight will count towards the Region 1 standings for the Eagles and Northern Cass. This is day 1 of day 2. Day 2's coverage begins at 10:30 tomorrow morning with Kindred and Hatton Northwood, with Brent Dick and also Brady Siebels will have the call for the 5 games here coming up tomorrow. This is the Baseball Classic. We'll take a quick break. When we come back after this, we'll go over the matchup between Lisbon, Maple River. That and more is still to come ahead of our opening pitch and the starting lineups today from Enderlin. It's the Region 1 versus a Region 2 today with Maple River and Lisbon opening things off for high school baseball.
Farmers, are you expanding, upgrading, or want to automate? Visit with the experienced staff at Hope Electric to learn about the latest electrical systems and the newest technologies that they have developed to make your operation more efficient. Get a custom system in place with features like iPad truck loading and remote view grain storage, touchscreen controls, hazard monitoring systems, and wireless cellular cameras to protect your assets. Hope Electric, serving the agricultural and commercial industry since 1978. Visit hopeelectric.com or call 701-945-2460.
Hunter Insurance Agency is a locally owned full-service agency providing protection and coverage in a number of different areas. Hunter Insurance Agency offers multi-peril crop insurance, crop hail insurance, and farm insurance for buildings and equipment. Plus, they offer home, auto, life, and business insurance. For more information, go online to hunterinsuranceagency.com or stop in and speak with Johnny Jorgensen at Hunter Insurance Agency. Find them at 201 Main Street, Hunter. From on-site farm repairs to maintaining the condition of your vehicle, trust the staff at Welton's Tire Service. They've served the Lisbon area since 1972, guaranteeing customer satisfaction and workmanship from farm equipment, tire services, and preventative vehicle maintenance. You'll find it all from affordable prices, free estimates, to their knowledgeable technicians answering any question. Welton's Tire Service is locally owned and located on Main Street in Lisbon. For information, go online to weltonstire.net or call 701-683-5136.
As we dive into the matchup a little bit more here between the Lisbon Broncos and the Raiders of Maple River. Maple River, a very youthful team playing a hybrid schedule of both junior varsity and varsity games so far here this season for head coach Larry Fontaine's club. Alex Hoffman is the assistant coach here for Maple River, and very similar to what they've done in the last couple of years for Region 2, kind of playing a hybrid schedule with some varsity and trying to get the Region 2 counters in when they can here for the Maple River Raiders. Out of Region 2, as they have 7 teams in that region, they'll have a play-in to get to 6 up at Mayville State. Then the opening round will be a single elimination from that standpoint, and then from there you'll get into the actual 4 teams that are left. So if you're the first or second seed, you're in the double elimination, you're in the final 4. If you're 3 through 7 in Region 2, and then you got to play in to get to that, so to speak, second round for the Region 2 tournament. Region 1, there's 8 teams, so there won't be a play-in this year. All 8 teams will make it to the Region 1 tournament. Seeds 1 through 4 will host on May the 14th for the Region 1 at the higher seed. So the 1 seed will host the 8 and 2 and 7 and so forth from there. Then everything will go to Starion Field the next day on the 15th for the second day, which will be for some a loser out game, and for 4 other teams a win that gets you one step closer into that championship series. So that'll be the Region 1 baseball tournament. And with Lisbon being in Region 1 this year, again, that made it an even 8 teams, as the Region 1 baseball standings has Northern Cass first, Kindred number 2, Central Cass 3, and Lisbon at number 4, currently tied with Oak Grove in the Region 1 standings. They do own the game in hand currently against the Grovers for that tiebreaker. Oaks following them, Enderlin. Then you have the Ball Stars again of Hankinson, Fairmount, Rossholt, Campbell, Tinta, and Lidgerwood. For the Region 2 standings, Larimore, Thompson up top. The Tommies, the defending champ, and they've been at the state championship game for quite a long time as well, for the last decade, it feels like, for some Class B baseball fans. Nelson County Makota currently number 2 with the Boroughs of Hillsborough, Central Valley, and Hatton Northwood, currently tied for 4th. Mayport CG is 5th, followed by the Maple River Raiders. So that's a look both at Region 1 and Region 2 here today in this one. Calling balls and strikes in game number 1 will be Jake Select, and Pat Adair will be in the infield. Then they'll switch places for game number 2. We'll take a quick break, and when we come back after this, we'll get you ready for the starting lineups and the opening pitch today here from Enderlin. A nice day considering what happened last year. We had 0 innings, 0 pitches, because 2 days of just rain showers washed out the Enderlin Baseball Classic. A couple of years from there, the Enderlin Baseball Classic became a Region 1 invite to get Region 1 counter games in, and you had a snowbank in left center field that you had to play a couple of years ago. So all things considered, what this time of the season could be, it's about as best of a conditions. The highs in the 50s and the 60s as the day moves on, but right now about 45 degrees, sunny skies. Not too much wind to speak of here. If there is any, it is kind of blowing out more so towards straightaway center field. I'm Chase Miller alongside Joey Hughes. We'll continue after this as they're getting ready for the lineup cards here on your liveevent.com.
For trusted news, weather, and sports from your community, look to R&J Broadcasting Incorporated, KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ Radio, and rjbroadcasting.com. Hear local voices from local radio with news and information from the area. Your information stations, KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ Radio, and rjbroadcasting.com. Local voices from local radio.
Halstead Telephone Company delivers fast broadband internet, telephone, and cable TV to residents in this region, including Halstead, Shelley, Neilsville, Climax, Fisher, Bigland, Gentilly in Minnesota, and Hillsborough, Caledonia, Gardner, and Argosville, North Dakota. Serving the area residents since 1904, Halstead Telephone continues to create a bright future for this region using 100% fiber optic technology. Service plans offer flexibility and choices, and there's local support personnel ready to help. Contact Halstead Telephone Company today.
At Bank North, we strive to enrich the lives of everyone we serve. One transaction, one relationship, and one community at a time. We do it by supporting kids and schools, pitching in to help neighbors in need, partnering with rural businesses, and providing all the traditional and modern banking products and personalized lending services you expect from a reliable financial partner. Bank North, always true.
This again is the Enderlin Baseball Classic here today from Hendrickson Field. Our first of 7 games for you on yourliveevent.com. We'll have all 12 games, including the schedule tomorrow. Tomorrow's schedule begins at 10:30 in the morning with Kindred and Hatton Northwood. Then you have Oaks and Hatton Northwood at 12:15. The Boroughs of Hillsborough Central Valley will play back-to-back games at 2 and 3:45 against Oaks and Midway Minto. And then it's Enderlin and Midway Minto at 5:30. So that'll be tomorrow's Baseball Classic. And again, we'll have all 5 of those games here on yourliveevent.com. Brent Dick and alongside Brady Siebels will have the call for you there coming up tomorrow morning throughout the afternoon. And tomorrow's schedule doesn't look too bad in terms of the weather, again, trying to get through these respective games. But some years we've had had about 4 games, maybe 3 games be region counters for teams just because of what happened earlier on this season. But today we just have 1 game. That'll be as the Maple River Raiders have taken the field. We'll take a quick break. We'll get to the starting lineup. Set is next here around the corner.
Homegrown local radio is now worldwide with 24-hour streaming. Download the RJ Radio app to hear local voices from local radio with KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ 24 hours a day from anywhere. You can listen to your favorite programs like the RJ Family Morning Show, local news, farm markets, music, high school sports, church services, more from anywhere. KRJB, KRJM, and 96.7 KKCQ is streaming on the RJ Radio app. Download it to your device and take us with you wherever you go.
Growers, prepare your fields and yields against the wet conditions for 2025 and beyond with a drain tile project from Chad's Excavating out of Mayville. Drain tiling will improve and increase your yields and land values for years to come. Chad's Excavating provides free, detailed estimates, and with over 40 years of combined success, they provide professional installation and service. Call Chad today to prepare for your future and any questions that you might have. That's Chad's Excavating out of Mayville, helping farmers grow.
High school baseball here today on yourliveevent.com as we get you set again for the first of 7 games. As we take a look at the visitors on the scoreboard here with the Lisbon Broncos. That'll be with Cam Cordero batting leadoff, the junior second baseman, with Cruz Ranke, the freshman designated hitter. From there, you got Jordan Bittner, the junior shortstop, batting third, and Jaden Howard, the cleanup batter, the senior catcher here for the Lisbon Broncos. Colton Johnson, the senior first baseman, batting fifth, with Elliot Welter, the senior center fielder, sixth. Jacob Lyons is batting seventh for the senior third baseman. Jack Olson, the sophomore left fielder, batting eighth, and then Zane Johnson, the junior right fielder, is batting ninth here for the Lisbon Broncos. Brad Bittner, the head coach for Lisbon. Again, they'll go like this: Cordero with Ranke, Bittner top third, middle third of Howard, Johnson, and Welter, and bottom third of Lyons, Olson, and Johnson. That again is Jacob Lyons. In the infield here today, going from third to first will be Irie at third base. At shortstop, McCullough. Noah Olstead at second, Owen Tickey at first. You have Lark behind the plate, Kozowski on the mound, Bierke in left with Warren in center, and Ray Olstead will be in right. First pitch today at 9:02. That is called a strike, and we're underway here for the 2025 Enderlin Baseball Classic. Been 2 years since we've had this tournament again. Last year was scheduled, but every game got washed out due to rain, as this one will miss low to Cordero. Cordero, one of those guys in Coach Bittner's lineup, if he can get on base, he can steal, get to the extra 90 feet, have some speed on the basketball court here as well for the Broncos. The 1-1, this one will come in and hit him, and we'll have our first free pass of the game. So runner stands at first base here with 1 down on our Bank North scoreboard as Cruz Ranke will step up to the plate. The Broncos in their black tops, the white pants, as that one at 45 degrees in the morning might sting a little bit more than a couple hours from now for Ranke, as he's getting all of his batting equipment to his assistant coach. Just stepping in now will be Cruz Ranke, the freshman designated hitter. Hendrickson Field, a nice intimate baseball diamond. Also in terms of the outfield, if you're not used to this field, you have a little bit difference of variation, as off-speed pitch will be in there for a strike at the knee. It's 0-1. You can get one to straightaway center. If you can get a hold of one, you can tack 2-1 out to the rail yard here and also the train tracks. If you hit one down the line, you better get a piece of it, but you could run for a while, as this ballpark plays big on the lines. Going off, and this one will go all the way to the backstop, as taking his turnaround second, going to third base. That one will be in there for a first to third steal here for Cordero. So you get the stolen base, and then from there you have the wild pitch that allow the runner to get to third base here with nobody out in the top of the first inning. As you'll have the corner infielders now of Tickey and Irie playing about even with the bag. This one will be hit on the ground. That'll go foul up to the concession stands, and it will be now 1-2. Jake Select again calling balls and strikes. Pat Adair in the infield here in this one for our 2-man umpiring crew. Once we get to the postseason, then you get 3 for each postseason regional game. This one is going to be skied up, potentially playable down the left field line, but that one will go out of play. And that'll go about 10 feet over. The couple of fans that brought their chairs here today to Hendrickson Field, as we will dig back in here for Ranke as Lark again is behind the plate. Working from the stretch is Kozowski. Kozowski looks in. This one will miss out of the zone. And we'll have it at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Cordero hit by pitch, stole a base, reach base, then to third on a wild pitch, able to go first to third. 2-2 swung on a miss. There's the strikeout. Kozowski gets his first strikeout of the morning. A little breakfast and baseball for you here on a Friday to welcome you to the weekend. Jordan Bittner, the junior shortstop, will step up to the plate next weekend. We're already talking May. So May Day coming up, that May Day basket if you like some of that. Here's the pitch. This one is foul back now. 0-1, able to see earlier this morning, making our trek down from Fargo and just talking with some folks. Planting going awfully well for the farmers right now with the weather, able to get in, get their work that they need to get done. A lot of wheat in. Talking about beans finishing up throughout the weekend, depending on where you're at, into early next week. As this is going to be hit on the ground, and that's going to be in and through to the left fielder. It's an RBI single for Jordan Bittner, who collects the first run driven in here of the game. And the Lisbon Broncos have taken now a 1-0 lead. Coming in to score will be Cordero. That's his first run scored. Kozowski gives up his first hit. And now there'll be a runner at first base here with one down with Jaden Howard. Bittner able to get that one past Irie at third base into short left field as Bierke plays it. Here's the leadoff from Bittner. Bittner's going to go on the first pitch. The throw down from Lark not going to be in time, and Jordan Bittner gets into scoring position. So you'll have a runner now at second base. Jaden Howard is on the plate right now as Bittner takes his lead off a second. He'll stay put. This one is going to be hit in the air, a line drive shot that's going to get over, and that ball is gone. It's a 2-run shot on a line drive here for Jaden Howard, and the Lisbon Broncos have taken a 3-0 lead. So 2-run homer that went on a line over Bierke. If that fence continues from center field to left center field and it has that extra 5-6 feet, that might have hit off the top of the fence, but then it comes back down to about a 6-foot fence, and he hit it right over that, and it's at 2 runs to come in here for the Lisbon Broncos after the RBI base knock here for Howard. So Howard with the 2-run homer. And make that here top of the first inning. Already 3 runs across for the Lisbon Broncos. Colton Johnson, a senior first baseman, a guy who can hit the ball just as well as Howard, steps into the plate now as Kozowski works. Will have his second pitch. This one swung on, foul tipped. And so far, a hit by pitch, a strikeout, a single, and a 2-run homer here for the Lisbon Broncos for their first 4 batters in the top of the first inning. Lisbon Broncos, a team that won the State B Legion Baseball Tournament last season, as this one misses out of the zone. And in doing so, that helped elevate this team for the first time since the early 60s to have a varsity baseball program here in the North Dakota High School Activities Association. This one won't miss out of the zone as well, as it's 3 balls, 1 strike on the way here to Johnson. And you can see this team, again, Babe Ruth, they've had Legion, so it's not like they've started from scratch from a baseball program. The 3-1 pitch, this one's going to be skied, hit down the left field line. We'll see if it's in play or out of play. Doing a nice job there comes Bierke, about a step into the foul territory, and Johnson is retired, and there's 2 down. Elliot Welter, the senior center fielder, will be batter number 60 in the lineup for the Broncos. So far, 3 runs across for Lisbon, and we'll see what they can do with 2 down and nobody on base. But going back to the Broncos, it's a little bit different from what their softball team has kind of had to start more from, if you want to call it scratch, just not really having an 18U traveling team or 16U traveling team over the last couple of years, where this Lisbon Bronco team is kind of like turn the key, just move on. Now you're just playing a couple months earlier, as most schools do in the spring. The 1-0, you have dual sport athletes, so you'll have to say if you're a golfer which one that you commit to first, in case there is potentially of schedules that will conflict with one another. The 2-0 offering upcoming here from Kozowski. That'll miss for a ball. It's now 3-0. As Kozowski right now continues to work on the mound here for Maple River. This youthful Maple River club. You're seeing a lot of 7th graders through sophomores here on the roster this season. This one in there for a strike. It's now 3-1. Starting lineup will have a sophomore, freshman, sophomore, freshman, 8th grader in their starting 9 here today for Maple River when we get to their batting order. This one will miss for Kozowski. It'll be the second free pass, and Jacob Lyons, the senior third baseman, will come up to the plate with the runner on here in the top of the first from Hendrickson Field. As you'll have Kozowski now back on the mound, going up against the righty in Lyons here, a senior third baseman. So far a 2-run homer has been the big blast for the Broncos. One thing that Kozowski has done a pretty good job of early on here is getting strike one to some of these hitters. Getting ahead, but then we've seen Lisbon doing a good job barreling a couple of up so far here on this Friday morning. As Kozowski looks back to Ticky holding the runner on at first, and Welter's going to scamper. This one gets into the dirt, and it's going to be an easy stolen base here for Welter, as Lark was able to block that one from going behind anywhere, but by the time Lark was able to do so, Welter was almost to second base standing up. Here's the 1-1 offering to Lyons, and Lyons hits one on the ground. This one will be a tough play. The second baseman, Noah Olstead, will come across with Ticky. That'll be an infield single on the play. Welter will take third base. Lyons gets aboard with an infield single. That was just the perfect spot if you're Jacob Lyons to hit the ball. You didn't really put a lot on it. It made it tough for the second baseman, Noah Olstead, to come. You saw Ticky at first wondering if he should go get it. Then the pitcher and Kozowski would have had to play first. Couldn't hit it any better if you're trying right there for an infield base knock if you're Lions. Runners at the corners with 2 downs now to Olsen, 8th batter here of the inning. Runners in a go. First pitch swinging. This one swung on and miss. It's now 0-1. But Lions will take second base here as another base knock by the Broncos would look to get up 4, if not 5-0 with one into the outfield. As Bridger Kozowski as the 0-1. That'll be in there for a strike. It's now 0-2. Runner at third is Welter. Lyons stands at second. 0-2 pitch upcoming here from Kozowski. As Kozowski works from the stretch. And this one will be a hit-by pitch. And trying to get out of the way was Olsen, but instead we'll see the bases full. So that's the second hit-by pitch of the inning. The third free pass, and now it goes to Zane Johnson. As Johnson comes up to the plate, bases full of Broncos here, nowhere to put the junior right fielder. And as we've said before, Bridger works ahead in the count, swung on and missed. As Johnson sees this for a strike, it's now 0-1. Olsen stands at first. 0-1 pitch. This one popped and fouled. It's now 0-2. As we will keep it at an 0-2 count. That's where Bridger Kozowski got Olsen on the last batter before he hit him on an 0-2 pitch. I'll try to get his second strikeout of the inning and minimize the damage to 3 potentially here for the Raiders. 0-2 is going to be hit on the ground past the diving glove of Irie into left field. Coming in to score as Welter. Lyons is going to come in to score as well. It's a 2 RBI single on the way for Johnson, and the Lisbon Broncos have taken a 5-0 lead. So Welter comes in to score, Lyons comes in to score, Olsen stands at second base, and then Zane Johnson's at first, as it's now a 5-0 contest, and Mr. Larry Fontaine's going to come out and talk it over with the infield here with the Maple River Raiders, talking this one over. So far, again, 9 batters up, 5 runs across, 2 runners on with 2 outs upcoming here, as Cordero will be up for the second time as the Broncos have hit around the lineup here in this top of the first inning. And able to see Zane Johnson again, able to put that one under the glove of Irie and get that particular play and get the extra couple of runs that came through to score. As you see Olsen now at second base and Johnson again stands at first. So scoring so far, Cordero, Bittner, Howard with the 2-run homer. Welter came in to score, Lyons as well after that 2 RBI single. It's 5-0. As the Broncos right now, a team that is going to be vying for a top 4 seed in that Region 1 tournament. The Lisbon Broncos, with them alongside with Northern Cass, Central Cass, and Kindred, have kind of put themselves in a situation of having a chance to host a Region 1 game on May the 14th for the opening round. The Oak Grove Grovers have the same record right now as Lisbon, but Lisbon again with that game in hand with the head-to-head tiebreaker. That's kind of your top 5 teams currently in the region. And the Broncos have played a lot of games. This one's going to be hit on the ground. The third baseman, Irie, will glove it and then just take it to third base and goes 5 unassisted. So Cordero is retired, but not before the Lisbon Broncos put 5 runs across here in the top of the first on the Bank North scoreboard, as we'll head to the bottom of the first with the Raiders coming to the plate.
All year long with your live event from our social platforms with X, Facebook, and YouTube. From the latest coaches show to watch game broadcasts back on demand from earlier in the season. Search your live event on YouTube and hit subscribe.
Outside the three-point arc. Pick and pop here with Spaeth into the left side corner. 3, good.
For the complete and most up-to-date schedule throughout the year, head to our website at yourliveevent.com.
Bottom of the first inning we go, taking a look at the starting lineup here for the Maple River Raiders when they come up to the plate. Trent Warren, the sophomore center fielder, batting leadoff. Ian Lark, the freshman catcher, behind the plate with Charlie McCullough here, the shortstop, the freshman as well. Jens Irie, the freshman third baseman, with Bridger Kozowski, the sophomore pitcher. You have Bierke in left field for the freshman for McCoy. Owen Tickey, the sophomore first baseman. Ray Olstead, the freshman right fielder. And then he's got his younger brother in Noah Olstead, the second baseman, the 8th grader. So again, Warren, Lark, McCullough, Irie, Kozowski, Bierke, Tickey, Ray, and Noah Olstead here for the Maple River Raiders. On the mound will be Grayson Lyons for the Lisbon Broncos. In left field will be Olson with Welter in center, Johnson in right. And then you also have from there Johnson at first base. That'll be Colton Johnson again at first base. And in right field will be Zane Johnson on the way for the Broncos. Cordero at second, Bittner at short, Jacob Lyons at third, and Howard behind the plates. Maple River Raiders with their blue tops here in this one with the gray pants, as they will see the first time the righty again in Grayson Lyons in a contest that got underway at 9:02 earlier today. It's 5 innings of baseball or a 90-minute time limit by the time the work is done on the field in between with the raking and getting the lines ready. Kind of looking at about an hour 45, give or take, with the games going on. It will be a rolling schedule. And then if the game is tied at the end of the time limit, an inning has been completed, a coin flip will be determined who bats first with a runner at second base in a sudden death format if we do get past that time limit or 5 innings. Trent Warren swung on and missed. It's 0-1. And then home teams will be determined by a coin flip prior to the opening game, unless it is a region counter, which we'll see later with the Eagles in Northern Cass. 0-1 pitch is going to be smoked down the left field line. That'll go foul. And Warren got a good barrel to that. Now it's 0-2. So for the Maple River Raiders, got about 20 guys in the lineup here. As we alluded to, a lot of youth on this particular team. But at the end of the day, you can see where the future years are coming here for Maple River. Keep these guys out for another year or two. Have some good quality competition. Here's the 0-2 offering. This one fouled off, and Grayson Lyons works ahead in the count. No balls, 2 strikes, and will try to get his first battery tire that he's seeing here on this Friday morning. As Lyons quickly gets back on the hill with the 0-2 pitch. 0-2, that'll miss out of the zone. It's now 1-2. So 5 runs across here for the Lisbon Broncos. If you're just joining us, the Broncos had a 2-run shot on the way by Howard, then a 2 RBI base knock by Jacob Lyons. Those were the 2 big hits for the 5 runs. as this one's going to be hit down the left field line. This one has some carry to it. That's going to be an extra base hit for Warren as that gets by Olsen. That goes all the way to the wall. Warren's in around second, hustling for a third, trying to get in with a leadoff triple, and he slides in safely. Trent Warren able to get a hold of that one. As we mentioned earlier in the top half of the first inning, if you can hit one to straightaway center, that's about the shortest part of the park here, but you hit one down the line, you have some gap and ability to run, and that one just got over Olsen. Warren hustling on the box, gets in with a triple, and the Maple River Raiders with the runner 90 feet away. Here's Ian Lark, the freshman catcher, comes up to the plate. As Grayson Lyons sees this one in there for a strike. It's 0-2. Been a busy week for the Lisbon Broncos. A doubleheader with Kindred at Kindred earlier on Tuesday. They had 2 games yesterday in Lisbon as well. All were Region 1 counters as they squared off with the Oaks Tornadoes yesterday. So you start taking a look at this particular set of games, and it just all of a sudden really starts getting at you quickly in terms of arms and having to develop arms throughout the course of a season, especially when you do have years where the weather will not allow you to get the first 2-3 weeks of games. And as this one is swung on and misses, Lark is retired via the punch out, and there's one down. When you have to play a region counter of 7 innings and another 7 innings and another 7 innings, and if you don't have a pitcher that goes 100-plus pitches in their particular contest, you can be eat up rather quickly if you don't have enough arms throughout the course of the season to develop, as this one is missed out of the zone with Charlie McCullough, the freshman shortstop. Will work ahead in the count now. 1 ball, no strikes on the way to the number 3 batter for Maple River as the Raiders trying to bring in Warren from third. This will be hit on the ground past the pitcher, the shortstop, and Bittner makes a nice clean throw over to Colton Johnson. Charlie is retired, but a productive out for McCullough. They'll go 6-3 on the putout. Coming into score is going to be Warren, and there is 1 on and 1 in here for the Maple River Raiders, as it's now a 5-1 contest. So the run will come in here for Maple River as you bring Jens Irie. Nice play by Bittner as that one just got by the pitcher of Grayson Lyons, and Jens Irie falls behind the count. It's now 0-1. No balls, 1 strike on the way as Grayson Lyons with the 0-1. This one will miss. It's now 1-1, and the biggest thing is obviously trying to develop pitching throughout the course this season, but find pitchers who can find the zone, put the bat in play, as we saw there, and let your defense do some work behind you. 1-1 pitch. This one foul tipped in the glove of Howard. It's now 1-2. 2-3-4 batters due up for Lisbon, top of the second with Ranke, Bittner, and Howard here for the Broncos. Here's the 1-2 offering. That'll be out of the zone. It's 2-2. So the Region 1 baseball tournament will begin on May the 14th. That's just a couple of weeks from now. Almost 2 weeks. It will be 2 weeks by the time we get to Wednesday. Here's the 2-2. Strike 3 looking to retire the side. So Grayson Lyons gives up 1 run on 1 hit. No errors and nobody left on base. We played 1 today on the Bank North scoreboard. It's Lisbon 5, Maple River 1. We'll head to the second next on yourliveevent.com.
At Enbridge, we're focused on relationships. 23 Canadian First Nation and Métis communities now own an equity stake in Enbridge Athabasca Pipelines. In Minnesota, Enbridge has spent $450 million and counting with Native-owned companies and in wages to tribal members working on Line 3. Every day brings new collaborations, partnerships, and possibilities. Learn more at Enbridge.com.
You don't have to go alone. I will bring you through the storm. I will lift you up. No, you're not on your own. I will be the light that carries you through the storm. I will lift you up.
The Northern Cast Booster Club is here for all Jaguar students from academics, arts, athletics, and co-curricular activities throughout the school year. You can find more information or become a Northern Cast Booster Club member today by scanning the QR code on screen now or follow the Northern Cast Booster Club on Facebook for updates throughout the year, or simply search for the Northern Cast Booster Club page on the Northern Cast School website. Go Jags!
So 5-1 on the way, as you do have the 2-run homer again being the big base knock for Howard back in the first, but the Maple River Raiders able to get the RBI on the way from Charlie McCullough there. Able to get one run across as we head to the second inning. That first inning, taking a look, about 20 minutes or so. So if you go by the average, pretty much right on pace for the most part of a 90-minute baseball game, as Cruz, Ranke, Bittner, and Howard are coming up here to start the second inning. This will be off the glove of the pitcher. Noah Olsted there at second makes the glove. Is it in time? Not in time. Headed air, says Cruz. Ranke hustled out, gets the single. That'll be an infield base knock. Fifth hit against Kozowski, and a runner's aboard here. And so far for the Lisbon Broncos, off of Kozowski's glove, just kind of rolled to Noah Olsted there. By the time Olsted was able to glove it, Ranke was about a foot away from first base. As now Owen Tickey will hold him on at first. So Jordan Bittner, a single with a stolen base and a run scored. Runner's going to move. This one will be a strike. The throw down into second, not in time as McCullough cuts it off at short. As Cruz Ranke is able to get into scoring position here. Jordan Bittner falls behind the count now 0-1. So you'll see Ranke here now in scoring position for the Lisbon Broncos. Pitch on the way. Bittner gives it a good rip. That's now 0-2. Runner at second base again. Takes his lead by Ranke being held on there by Noah Olsted. This will be hit on a big hop past the shortstop McCullough. That'll go into left center field. Ranke will make his way around third into score. Bittner gets a RBI base knock. As Bittner is able to get his second run driven in. Coming into score will be Ranke. And now it's a 6-1 contest here in favor of the Lisbon Broncos. So Bittner with a single and a double so far here today. Will try to get his second run if he can come in. Jaden Howard with a screamer to left for his home run that about two-hopped not the warning track, but two-hopped the railroad tracks here today in Enderlin. This will be first pitch swinging, a hard line drive that's going to get past Bierke in left field, as this will be another extra base hit for Howard as Bittner comes in to score. Howard will be in with a stand-up double. It's now 7-1 in favor of the Lisbon Broncos. Bittner comes in to score. He's got his second run. Howard gets his second hit, his third run driven into the game, and it's a 7-1 contest. So Howard with the RBI double here. And the Lisbon Broncos have answered the one run by Maple River and some with three batters here in the second inning. A single, a double, and a double so far for Ranke, Bittner, and Howard as Colton Johnson flew out his last time up. We'll see this one out of the zone. It's 1-0. Howard able to keep the left fielder Bierke busy so far in this game. This one is going to be popped up, playable, but this one might die in front of the right fielder, Ray Olsted. It does, as making his way to third base will be Howard. Colton Johnson gets aboard with a base knock. And all of a sudden now here for the Lisbon Broncos, they'll have runners at the corners with nobody out. Ray Olsted was playing a little deep there with Colton Johnson, so Johnson hit a fly ball, able to get that one in front of the outfielders. And now you'll have runners at the corners with Elliott Welter. Runner's going to break from first. No throw will be down as Johnson stands into scoring position now with runners at second and third. Welter with a walk his last time up. Stole a base and able to get in for a run as well. Pitch on the way by Kozowski will miss out of the zone. Lisbon Broncos coming off a 5-run first inning. Maple River with 1 run after a leadoff triple. But the Broncos right now, bats continue to come alive here so far with 4 hits in this inning. And this one will go foul to Brad Bittner up the third base coaching box. We'll see 8 hits across against Kozowski so far in the circle with 3 outs recorded. As a runner at third base again is Howard. Johnson stands at second. Kozowski looks into Lark behind the plate. The pitch is going to be popped up. This one, the third baseman, Irie, giving some chase, and that'll go towards the concession stands and out of play. That'll be strike number 2 on the foul ball attempts there for Welter. That's Kozowski looking for his second strikeout. Welter looking to put something in play to see if he can drive in a run. 1-2 fouled off, and we'll do it again. So good at bat here for Elliot Welter right now. As Welter trying to keep the hitting parade going here in the top of the second inning. We'll see 2 extra base hits. 3 so far today for the Broncos. This one will be hit on the ground past the diving glove of Irie. Coming in to score will be Howard. Johnson goes from third. He's going to come in. The relay by McCullough goes to the catcher. Not going to be in time, and that'll allow Welter to scamper to second base. It's now a 9-1 lead here for the Broncos. Welter gets a single, takes second base on the throw. As now it's a 9-1 contest. That's a 2 RBI single on the way here for the Elliot Welter. So you have the walk and the single. Now you got Jacob Lyons coming up to the plate. A single, a stolen base with a run scored earlier in the game. And then we'll have a courtesy runner coming into the game here for Lisbon. As the Broncos will see a new batter coming to the plate, or coming to courtesy run. As we'll see this here in a second. As the pitch will be upcoming here. Kozowski misses low. As the Broncos will get into third base, no problem. And in doing so, they will make their way now to third. Here's the 1-0. It'll be in there for a strike. As Eli Lyon stands at third base. As we see a 1-ball, 1-strike pitch upcoming here. That'll miss for a ball. It's now 2-1. Jacob Lyons with a 2 RBI so far has a chance to make it 3. Still nobody down, and this is the 6th batter here in the top of the second inning. Bridger Kozowski with the pitch. That'll be out of the zone. It's 3-1. So for Kozowski right now, looking to get that first out of the second inning. See if he can get a pop-up here potentially in the infield. Instead, this will be a ground ball. That'll be a CNI single. A base run comes in. Jacob Lyons delivers the goods yet again as Eli Lyons comes in to score. As Lyons gets the base knock, it's now a 10-1 contest. 5 runs so far in this inning as Olsen will dig in now here for the Broncos. The sophomore left fielder was hit by a pitch back in the first. Taking the lead off the first, here will be Jacob Lyons. And Lyons going to go and break for second as he does. Not going to be in time as Jacob Lyons gets into scoring position. And there's Olsen right now, trying to keep it going. So far, 4 singles, 2 doubles, 5 runs across here for the Broncos in the top of the second. Kozowski will see this, swung on and missed. Kozowski right now does have 1 strikeout, 2 walks, or 2 hit batters, a walk. And he's given up so far here in this inning 6 hits, 10 in the game. Swung on and missed, and Kozowski able to get the strikeout. 1 down here in the top of the second. Zane Johnson with a single back in the first. Runner at second base again is Jacob Lyons. Here's a pitch by Kozowski, and running out of the way, and this will be a foul, or will it be a hit by pitch? And they're going to say that it was a hit So Zane Johnson will take his base here at first. As Bridger Kozowski back on the bump here, going up against Cordero. Cordero sees this on his own, miss for a ball. He was retired on a fielder's choice back in the first to finish off the inning here for the Broncos. Does have a run scored so far. This one, a big swing by Cordero. It's now 1-1. So 1 ball, 1 strike on the way. As the Broncos right now with runners at first and second, with Johnson again at first, with Zane at second base is Jacob Lyons. This one will be blocked in the dirt, smothered there by Lark. Does a nice job with it. Now 2-1. As the Broncos put a pair of 5 runs up so far in both the first and the second innings. As Kozowski sees this foul, that's now 2-2. Still to come a little bit later on today here, part of the Enderlin Baseball Classic, as we will see these additional games. Enderlin and the Lisbon Broncos due up next at 10:45. That won't be a region counter, but it will be a battle of 2 Region 1 opponents. 2-2 is foul back, and we'll keep it at 2 balls and 2 strikes. And roughly at 12:30, the Raiders will play their second game of the day, going up against the Ball Stars of Hankinson, Fairmount, Campbell, Tinta, Lidgerwood, and Rossholt will be the Ball Stars co-op. This will come in, run in, and Cordero gets out of the way. It's now 3-2. And we'll get to our afternoon and evening portion of the Classic with Hillsborough Central Valley and Kindred at 2:15. 3-2 pitch is going to be hit in the air. That's just straightaway center field. Warren goes back in front of the wall, able to make it. Here's the tag, the relay to McCullough, and going up 90 feet will be Jacob Lyons, but there is 2 down here as Cordero is retired on the flyout, as we have hit around the lineup again for the Lisbon Broncos. Batter number 10 here of the inning with Cruz Ranke. Ranke, a single, a stolen base, and a run scored to start things off here in the second, is 1 of 2 in the day. Runners at the corners here with 2 down. This one missing for a ball. It's now 1-0. Then you'll have the Ball Stars in Hatton Northwood at 4 o'clock. At 5:45, it's the Burros in Northern Cast, and the nightcap, Northern Cast and Enderlin, roughly at 7:30. This one will run in and miss. It's now 2-0. So at third base, taking the extra 90 feet there was Jacob Lyons. Runner at first is Zane Johnson here. Hitters count for Ranke. 2-0 pitch, swung on and missed. It's 2-1. Warren did a nice job playing that one at center field, going back to the wall. Another couple feet, that one would have ran up on top of the wall, but instead does a nice job bringing the ball back in to get the second out. Quickly hits his cutoff man. It's now 3-1. Just better job base running there by Jacob Lyons, seeing the ball in front of him and able to tank back up quickly at second base. The 3-1 offering to Ranke. This will be hitting the air down the left field line, which is hooking foul. And it's now 3-2. That's definitely one area where you do not want to park here at Hendrickson Field. That'll be kind of a third base is the hot box. That's kind of the hot little dented area for cars, which you'll see more fans sometimes just sit down there, bring their lawn chairs, have a nice view of Hendrickson Field here in Enderlin. Here's the payoff pitch. Fouled, and we'll do it all over again on the 3-2 as Zane Johnson got an early lead and break from first. 10 batters in the first inning, 10 batters here in the second inning as well for the Lisbon Broncos. A 3-2. This one will do it again as that ran in on Ranke. So Lisbon will continue to do this here with a 10-1 contest, top of the second inning. 9-run lead so far for the Broncos, trying to make it 10, if not more, here in the top of the second. As Kozowski with the pitch. This one will be all the way to the backstop. The runner from third base here, and Jacob Lyons will come in, as that'll be a wild pitch. Runners will move up now to second base here with Zane Johnson. And it's an 11-1 contest as Jacob Lyons comes in to score. Then you get the Cruz Ranke walk. And that's the fifth free pass so far here for Kozowski as Jordan Bittner, a single and a double here today. 2 runs driven in with 2 runs scored. Bittner First pitch swinging, sees this one popped up. It could be trouble as Warren comes in, makes the sliding glove and grab at center field. Nice play by Warren in center to retire the Bittner shortstop. But the side is retired, but not before the Lisbon Broncos. Plate 6 here in the second. New score on the Bank North scoreboard. It's Lisbon 11, Maple River 1 on yourliveevent.com.
Are you expanding, upgrading, or want to automate? Visit with the experienced staff at Hope Electric to learn about the latest electrical systems and the newest technologies that they have developed to make your operation more efficient. Get a custom system in place with features like iPad truck loading and remote view grain storage, touchscreen controls, hazard monitoring systems, and wireless cellular cameras to protect your assets. Hope Electric, serving the agricultural and commercial industry since 1978. Visit hopeelectric.com or call 701-945-2460.
Hunter Insurance Agency is a locally owned full-service agency providing protection and coverage in a number of different areas. Hunter Insurance Agency offers multi-peril crop insurance, crop hail insurance, and farm insurance for buildings and equipment. Plus, they offer home, auto, life, and business insurance. For more information, go online to hunterinsuranceagency.com or stop in and speak with Johnny Jorgensen at Hunter Insurance Agency. Find them at 201 Main Street, Hunter.
Bottom of the second inning we go. Bridger Kozowski, McCoy Bierke, and Owen Tickey, the 5, 6, and 7 batters due up here for the Maple River Raiders against Grayson Lions. Going back to the second, the Broncos able to get 6 runs across on 6 hits, no errors, and they left 2. So far, Lisbon with a couple of big crooked numbers of 5 and 6 respectively in the first and the second inning as we head to the bottom of the second on the Bank North scoreboard. Go to banknorth.bank. You can bring out your phone, scan the QR code, check out a branch or location near you, see what values-based banking can do at Bank North. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. That again is banknorth.bank. Serving both the Maple River and Lisbon communities as well. Chase Miller, Joey Hughes with you here from Hendrickson Field as Kozowski, pitcher versus pitcher here against Lions. As Lions sees Kozowski for an out. As this one will be grounded to Bittner. Bittner makes a nice play. 6-3, 2 pitches, 2 down here in the bottom of the second inning. As now there's 2 down. So Owen Tickey, the sophomore first baseman, will step up here against Grayson Lions. Lions with the pitch. This one swung on. Now it's 0-1 here to Tickey. The Lisbon Broncos will be sending the heart of their lineup coming up to the plate. 4, 5, and 6 with Jaden Howard in the top of the third. The pitch. That'll miss out of the zone. It's now 1-1. As Ray Olstead is the next batter due up here if the Maple River Raiders can keep the line moving with 2 outs in the bottom of the second. Lions with the pitch. This one will be hit down the left field line. That'll go foul, and that'll make it now 1-2. Again, 90 minutes of baseball or 5 innings, whichever comes first throughout the course of these games. So you could possibly play 3 because it's a 12-11 game, and how many pitches you might have to do. You can have a quick 5 if you get 2 pitchers humming along early, but regardless, it'll be 5 or 90 minutes unless we do get to a tie ball game after 5. Then it's sudden death. This will be hit in the air. Tough play. The center fielder will come in, just kind of hit to Bermuda's Triangle there for Tickey as Bittner, Cordero, and Welter all gave chase, but that one just dies in, and Tickey gets the second base knock here for the Maple River Raiders. As we said for Lisbon a couple of times, you kind of hit it in the right spot. You can make your way through, and we're able to see that here with Owen Tickey for the Maple River Raiders as Ray Olstead, the freshman right fielder, will come up. Batting from the left-handed side. You'll see this for a strike. It's now 0-1. As Tickey takes his lead from first. Maple River back in the bottom of the first inning. Trent Warren with a leadoff triple comes in to score after a ground out by McCullough. That's their 1 run so far for the Raiders. This will be out of the zone. It's 1 ball and 1 strike. 4 batters in the first inning for Maple River. 4 so far here in the bottom of the second as well for the Raiders. Colton Johnson holding Tickey on at first as Lions works from the stretch. Runner will stay put. This one is swung on, and that'll be over the outstretched glove of the third baseman, Jacob Lyons, but that'll go foul. Lions gave it a good attempt there to try to snag that one in the air and get the third out. But that one was just slicing a little bit farther away from him. And if Ray Olstead could maybe about a half second earlier timed it up, he might have been able to get that over the outstretched glove of Lions for a base knock. Instead, it will be 1 ball, 2 strikes all over again as Lions looking for his third punch out of the morning. As a good foul back and a nice at-bat here for Ray Olstead here for the freshman. Right fielder battling right now, falling behind the count, gets a couple of fouls. As Owen Tickey here at first base. As we're starting to see the couple more fans file on in here to Hendrickson Field. Here's the 1-2. This will be hitting the line, and that's to straightaway center field, about the same exact spot that Owen Tickey. Welter overplayed it by about a foot, but able to get the ball right back in. And back-to-back 2-out singles here for the Maple River Raiders, as they will have runners at first and second with now Noah Olstead. Or that one, excuse me, was Noah Olstead. Here, Ray Olstead will be coming up now to the plate. So pardon me there for the Olstead family. As the pitch swung on a miss here to Ray Olstead. It's now 0-1. As you'll see, Ray, so the 8th grader, gets the base knocked to straightaway center, stands at first. Owen Tickey at second. Ray Olstead here falls behind the count now, 0-2. There's Grayson Lyons. Quickly looks in. Here's the 0-2 pitch as he works from the stretch. That'll be in the dirt. Runners are going to scamper up an extra 90 feet. So Tickey goes to third. And Noah Olstead will make his way to second base. So you'll see the wild pitch on that one. Now you'll have runners at first, second, and third base here for the Raiders. Grayson Lyons sees this one. That'll be out of the zone. That'll be 2 balls and 2 strikes on the way here to Ray. So Ray puts one where Tickey and his brother Noah was able to do in center. If he can put one in the same spot, 1 run will come in, possibly 2 here for the Raiders. 2-2 swung and a miss, and Lyons gets a strikeout. That'll be his third punch-out of the day. No runs, 2 hits. A 2-out rally goes awry here for the Raiders. There are no errors and 2 runners left on base. We played 2 today from the Enderlin Classic for game number 1 between the Raiders and Broncos. Will continue after this here from Enderlin.
On-site farm repairs to maintaining the condition of your vehicle. Trust the staff at Welton's Tire Service. They've served the Lisbon area since 1972, guaranteeing customers satisfaction and workmanship from farm equipment, tire services, and preventative vehicle maintenance. You'll find it all from affordable prices, free estimates, to their knowledgeable technicians answering any question. Welton's Tire Service is locally owned and located on Main Street in Lisbon. For information, go online to weltonstire.net or call 701-683-5136.
For trusted news, weather, and sports from your community, look to R&J Broadcasting Incorporated, KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ Radio, and rjbroadcasting.com. Hear local voices from local radio with news and information from the area. Your information stations, KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ Radio, and rjbroadcasting.com. Local voices from local radio.
Top of the third inning we go here from Hendrickson Field, taking a look back at the Maple River Raiders against Grayson Lyons. Lyons has gone 2 innings, 3 hits, 1 run that was earned, 3 strikeouts, and no walks so far against Maple River. Bridger Kozowski, his morning will be done here on the mound for this game. 2 innings of work, 10 hits, 11 runs, 5 walks, and 2 strikeouts. So you had 3 hit by pitch, 2 walks, but 5 free passes. It'll be a straight switch as Irie will go from third base to the mound, and the previous pitcher, Bridger Kozowski, will go from the mound to third base here, as it'll be Howard, Johnson, and Welter are the scheduled batters for the Lisbon Broncos. The Enderlin Baseball Classic here today, 2025. This used to be for a couple of years a wood bat classic. Then they had wood bats for a year or two in high school, and then they went back to the aluminum or the metal bats. So it kind of been a little bit of everything here for the Enderlin Baseball Classic throughout the course of their season. But the nice thing is it's a gorgeous day for some more high school baseball. First pitch swinging goes Jaden Bittner. This one's going to be jammed, and a nice play there by Noah Olstead at second to Ticky. 4-3 on the putout. And the Lisbon Broncos, for the first time here, do not get their leadoff runner aboard, and there's 1 down. Colton Johnson and Elliot Welter here for the Broncos. Colton Johnson with a single, a stolen base, and a run scored his last time up in the second. Currently 1 of 2. He's got a fly ball to Bjerke in left, run out back in the first. This one will miss the zone. It's now 1-0. Jens Irie, 1 pitch, gets an out, 1 pitch, throws a ball, and we'll have pitch number 3 here in relief today here for Maple River. As Johnson, the righty, digs in here against Irie. 1-0 pitch is getting out of the way is Johnson. It's now 2-0. Also a fun time and a fun weekend here. The Minnesota Wild have a 2-1 series lead over the Vegas Golden Knights. The Timberwolves would love to do that against the Lakers later tonight. This would be hit, and that goes right back up the middle. It's a base knock on the way here for Johnson. He gets his second single of the game. First hit against Irie, and there's a runner at first base here in the top of the third as Elliot Welter is scheduled to hit, but now we'll have a new batter coming up to the plate. Here for the Lisbon Broncos, they will have Eli Lyons now at the plate. So Lyons will see this one in the dirt. That'll miss for a ball, as Colton Johnson will stay put at first base. Taking his lead is Johnson again. Eli Lyons digging in the 1-0. That'll run up and miss. It's now 2-0. So you have the Timberwolves later tonight. And the Minnesota Twins, hey, got a series win against the White Sox before losing in 7 to rain game against Target Field. But that has been a sore subject for some Minnesota sports fans out there, as this one will run in and Lyons will take the free pass. So runners at first and second base now here with 1 down, as coming to the plate will be a new batter on the way here for the Lisbon Broncos as well. So the Broncos will make another pinch hit. And it's coming in for Lisbon. Here will be Mr. Moss, Kylan Moss, digging in. So Kylan Moss now batting for the Broncos as he will take a strike. It's 0-1. So he'll be coming in for Lyons. Lyons, a couple of singles, 2 stolen bases, and 2 runs scored with 3 runs driven in. So this will be the first time we've seen Moss here today. Runners at first and second. Johnson at second. Welter at first, or make that Eli Lyons at first. This one is hit foul down the left field line. It's now 0-2. So again, Eli Lyons stands at second base here for the Lisbon Broncos. Runner at first is Moss, as Jens Irie is on the mound. Looks in behind the plate to Lark. The 0-2, that'll be out of the zone. It's now 1-2. As you'll see, Maple River right now with the Noah Olstead trying to hold the runner close to second. This one will be in the dirt, blocked there nicely by Lark. It's now 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes on the way, as the Lisbon Broncos right now looking to add to their 10-run lead. 5 runs in the first, 6 in the second. This will be a little check swing, swung on to McCullough at short. McCullough will have to go the long way, and in time for the out, as Moss is retired. It's 6-3 on the putout. Johnson will take third base. You have Eli Lyons making his way towards second, and there's 2 down. As Jack Olson, hit by a pitch back in the first, struck out swinging here in the second. 0 for 1 so far today. Third time up at the plate here for Jack Olson. As this is in there for a strike, gets 0-1. So Jens Irie works ahead on the number 8 batter here in the Lisbon Bronco lineup. Zane Johnson on the on-deck circle. Here's the 0-1 offering. Check swing. Able to go through the zone. Yes, he did, said Jake Schlecht. It's now 0-2. As Jack Olson right now looking to see if he can put one in play and deliver a run. Irie looking for the punch out. This one will go almost all the way to the backstop as Lark has to come out of his crouch. It'll make it 1 ball and 2 strikes. Lark's been busy so far today behind the plate here for the Maple River Raiders. As Irie from the stretch with a 1-2. This will be in the dirt. Now 2 balls and 2 strikes. Seeing Region 1, just some of the baseball fields in the area. Central Cass with an all-turf field. We're starting to see more mounds be turfed, if not already. Hendrickson Field almost more of the outlier moving forward. Here's just a strike 3 looking. So Irie with a nice tidy 1 inning of work. No runs off of 1 hit. There was no errors and 2 runners left on base. We head to the bottom of the 3rd. It's the Lisbon Broncos 11, Maple River 1 here on YourLiveEvent.com.
Telephone company delivers fast broadband internet, telephone, and cable TV to residents in this region, including Halstead, Shelley, Neilsville, Climax, Fisher, Bigland, Gentilly in Minnesota, and Hillsborough, Caledonia, Gardner, and Argusville, North Dakota. Serving the area residents since 1904, Halstead Telephone continues to create a bright future for this region using 100% fiber optic technology. Service plans offer flexibility and choices, and there's local support personnel ready to help. Contact Halstead Telephone Company today.
At Bank North, we strive to enrich the lives of everyone we serve. One transaction, one relationship, and one community at a time. We do it by supporting kids and schools, pitching in to help neighbors in need, partnering with rural businesses, and providing all the traditional and modern banking products and personalized lending services you expect from a reliable financial partner. Bank North, always true.
Moss will stay in and play at third base here for the Lisbon Broncos. You have Eli Lyons in straightaway center. From there, Mr. Cordero now is at shortstop, and playing third base will be playing second base will be Mouse. So Mouse is at second base. Cordero makes his way towards shortstop. Olson still in left field here for the Lisbon Broncos. Eli Lyons in center, Zane Johnson in right, Colton Johnson at first, Howard behind the plate here, Mouse again at second, Cordero at short, Moss at third. As you will see, back to the top of the lineup here with Trent Warren. Warren with the triple his last time up in the lead things off in the bottom of the 1st inning. We'll see this out of the zone for a ball as he has a triple and the lone run scored so far here for Maple River. So Warren, Lark, and McCullough, top third of the lineup here, second time through for the Raiders as they're seeing Grayson Lyons. Lyons comes in, this one missing, now 2-0. A game that's 55 minutes old here today as we'll take a look more at the game time just for the simple fact of, again, 90 minutes or 5 innings of baseball is what you'll have between all these games outside of our nightcap later, which we'll see that being a true 7 game with Enderlin and Northern Cass. 3 balls, no strikes. Lyons has yet to walk someone today, has been to a 3-ball count yet either, and he'll have 4 straight balls, and this one will be out of play. So Grayson Lyons will see his first walk of the game. Trent Warren will make his way towards first. Ian Lark will stand at first base, or come up to the plate as Trent Warren stands at first. Colton Johnson holding the runner on here, and see if Grayson Lyons looking to find the zone the second time through. Lark, first pitch swinging, hits one on the ground that goes to the third baseman Moss. Moss goes to the second baseman Mouse around the horn, not in time for the double play. Reaching base on the fielder's choice will be Lark, and anytime you get a brand new infielder or an outfielder, it seems the first hit always seems to go roughly towards that neck of the woods, and it does. Nicely done by Moss there at third base, able to go to Mouse again at second to get the lead runner there with Trent Warren, and there's one down here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. McCullough will dig in now against Lyons. This will be foul tipped. It's 0-1. Jens Irie on the on-deck circle here for Maple River. As the Raiders with Trent Warren, after earning a 4-pitch walk, retired at second, so Lark now stands at first, being held on by Johnson. Pitch on the way will miss. No, 1-0. So 1-1 strike here with Charlie McCullough. Grounded out, got the lone run driven in as he grounded out to Bittner, who was playing shortstop back in the first inning to bring Warren in from third. This will be hit, and that'll go foul, as it's going to be at 1-2. Lisbon Broncos playing their 5th game and then 6th game a little bit later on here, as they will go up against Enderlin after the conclusion of this game. So back-to-back games for Lisbon. Then they will enjoy the rest of the weekend here for the Broncos. Here's the offering. This one swung on all the way to the backstop. They are going to say that he went McCullough. McCullough will have to run down to first as he's staying put right now. They're asking if it was a foul tip or nothing. They're going to say nope, as making his way will be Lark towards second base. So Charlie is retired via the punch-out here. There's 4 down, 4 strikeouts for Lions and 2 down, as Jens Irie now will come up here for the Raiders. Taking it on the wild pitch to second base will be Ian Lark, as Jens now a chance to help his own cause on the mound. This one will be Jam Mausto at second base. Does a good job tracking that one at second for the pop-out, and that'll retire the side. There were no runs on no hits and no errors and a runner left on base. Grayson Lyons has pitched 3 innings so far today of 1-run ball for the Broncos as we head to the top of the 4th next here on YourLiveEvent.com.
Local radio is now worldwide with 24-hour streaming. Download the RJ Radio app to hear local voices from local radio with KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ 24 hours a day from anywhere. You can listen to your favorite programs like the RJ Family Morning Show, local news, farm markets, music, high school sports, church services, more from anywhere. KRJB, KRJM, and 96.7 KKCQ is streaming on the RJ Radio app. Download it to your device and take us with you wherever you go.
Growers, prepare your fields and yields against the wet conditions for 2025 and beyond with a drain tile project from Chad's Excavating out of Mayville. Drain tiling will improve and increase your yields and land values for years to come. Chad's Excavating provides free, detailed estimates, and with over 40 years of combined success, they provide professional installation and service. Call Chad today to prepare for your future and any questions that you might have. That's Chad's Excavating out of Mayville, helping farmers grow.
Stay up to date all year long with your live event from our social platforms with X, Facebook, and YouTube. From the latest coaches show to watch game broadcasts back on demand from earlier in the season. Search your live event on YouTube and hit subscribe.
Outside the 3-point arc. Pick and pop here with Spaeth into the left side corner. 3, good.
For the complete and most up-to-date schedule throughout the year, head to our website at yourliveevent.com.
Chase Miller and Joey Hughes with you here from Hendrickson Field, where earlier today 45 degrees got underway an hour ago from the start, so the temperature has climbed on up a little bit here as this one continues in Enderlin. Currently right now 50 degrees as it's expected to get to the low 60s, sunny skies. We shouldn't have to worry about weather today, tomorrow. Going to have a chance to be partly cloudy to sunny throughout the day. 60 degrees for those of you that are coming down to Enderlin. We're also here in this one. We will have 5 games tomorrow scheduled starting at 10:30 in the morning. So again, that'll be at 10:30 in the morning for Kindred and Hatton Northwood. From there you have Oaks and Hatton Northwood. Then at 12:15 at 2 o'clock it's Hillsborough Central Valley against Oaks. 3:45 HCV will go up against Midway Minto. Then at 5:30 it's Enderlin and Midway Minto in the nightcap. That again is the Enderlin Baseball Classic today and tomorrow, but that is tomorrow's schedule as Brady Siebels, and also with him you'll have Brent Dick covering the action here on YourLiveEvent.com. As the Broncos will be making their way here in the 4th inning. 9-1 and 2 batters are scheduled. Zane Johnson, Cordero, and Ranke here for the Lisbon Broncos. 5 runs in the first, 6 runs in the second, while you have the Maple River Raiders with 1 run. That was in the bottom of the 1st inning. As Zane Johnson right now will go back on for his third at-bat here. A single and a hit by pitch so far here for Zane, as this one is out of the zone. Jens Irie on for his second inning of work after Bridger Kozowski went 2 innings. Irie at the plate. We were just talking off air that, Kozowski did a good job attacking the zone and getting some strikes. It's just the Broncos were ready for, whether it was off speed or already sitting on a fastball a little bit, and able to put the barrel on it more times than not. It's 2 balls and no strikes here as Zane Johnson again works with a hitter's count here for the Lisbon Broncos. As Jens Irie with the 2-0. That'll be out of the zone now, 3-0. So 3 balls, no strikes on the way, as you'll see this here with Jens Irie. 3-0 pitch. That'll miss. That'll go all the way to the backstop. Zane Johnson will take the free pass walk. The second free pass here for Jens Irie, and there's a runner on first. As you'll see, Cordero so far today is 0 for 2 with a hit by pitch and a run scored, as Cordero is looking to get a base knock here for Lisbon. This one will one-hop the pitcher, as Irie now has thrown 5 straight balls to begin the top of the 4th inning. Region 2, Maple River going up against Region 1, Lisbon. All roads this season lead to Newman Outdoor Field for the state tournament. That'll be out of the zone now, 2-0. The final weekend of May, the 29th through the 31st at Newman Outdoor Field. Last year being at Jack Brown Stadium in Jamestown. This year, Class B being in Fargo. 2-0 pitch. Good block there by Lark behind the plate. Now 3-0. Jake Schlecht again calling balls and strikes. Pat Adair in the infield. They will switch spots for game number 2 between Lisbon and Enderlin. Here's the 3-0 pitch on the way to Cordero. And that'll go all the way to the backstop. We'll see how far Johnson goes. We have seen one Lisbon Bronco go first to third. Johnson will stay put. Pitch walks. As the Lisbon Broncos now will have runners at first and second. And Mr. Larry Fontaine's going to come out here and talk it over with his staff. And more importantly with Jens. We saw this a little bit earlier with Kozowski. Just trying to settle him down a little bit here. Find the strike zone after, again, couple pitches that miss out of the zone here in this one. So runner at first base is going to be Cam Cordero. Runner at second is Johnson. Lisbon Broncos, between a hit by pitch and walks, they've had 8 free passes here today. Barreled up 11 hits and have scored 11 runs against Maple River pitching. Going back to the Maple River team, this is a squad that has played a hybrid schedule of junior varsity and varsity on the season, just having guys who are middle schoolers to freshmen and sophomores for the most part. Maple River will be 9-man football again coming up here in the fall. The Lisbon Broncos will see a couple of new different teams when it comes to their region, with Central Cass and Kindred moving up to 2A next year. Sargent County comes back in. The Lisbon Broncos will see the Valley City Highliners going from 2A to 1A next season. So that'll be a little bit new of a team here for Lisbon to see on the gridiron. They've had played Valley City over the years in different capacities, once as both being in the same division, as this one in there for a strike here to Cruz Ranke. So Ranke with a walk, a single, a stolen base, and a strikeout here today. 1 of 2 at the plate. This one will be out of the zone, going all the way back to the backstop on the wild pitch. So Johnson will scamper to third. Cordero will take second base, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike. Still nobody out here top of the 4th inning, as the Broncos have sent 3 batters to the plate so far, and they've seen 9 balls on 10 pitches. Jens Irie with the 1-1. That'll miss inside. It's now 2-1. Taking his lead off at third is Johnson. Cordero doing the same at second. Here's the pitch. This one will be fouled, and it's now 2-2. The month of April comes and goes in pretty quick. You're able to see the NCAA Frozen Four from the Final Four in basketball from all the sports that are moving on from the professional level as well. Fun time of the season. This one will be blocked. The catcher will keep it in front of him enough with Lark. It's now a full count on the way here to Cruz Ranke. Ranke looking for his second free pass if he gets aboard via the walk. We're going to get on base for the third time today as well. 3 balls, 2 strikes here as Irie looks in. This one will miss, and dancing out of the way there is Ranke. As you'll have the 4th free pass here for Jens Irie, and we see the Lisbon Broncos have the bases loaded. So a walk to Johnson, Cordero, and Ranke. And now coming up to the plate here for Lisbon will be Kobe Mouse, as he is hitting in the spot for Jordan Bittner. So Mouse will get his first opportunity at the plate here on this Friday morning. First pitch swinging. This one is Scott in the air to left. Bjerke was playing a deep left field, loses the hat off his glove. Coming in to score will be Zane Johnson from third base. Everybody moving up 90 feet. We have a new score. It's now 12-1. So after the walk by Johnson, he comes in to score. Cordero stands at third base. Ranke stands at second, and Mouse will reach base via the air here on the left fielder. Bjerke again hustling after it, but hit the glove, as this one will be in there for a strike on the way to Howard. So Howard now 0-1 in this count. 2 extra base hits today, a 2-run homer in the first, a double in the second. This one misses out of the plate. Grounded out to the second baseman, Noah Olstead, his last time up here for Howard. Howard so far with 3 runs driven in can add to that total here with another base knock, as there's still nobody out here in the top of the 4th. And Howard will see this miss out of the zone. It's 2-1. Cordero at third base, Ranke at second, Mouse again at first for the Lisbon Broncos. Here's the pitch. That'll be out of the zone. Makes it 3-1 here with Jaden Howard. And Jens Irie right now, after having a quick 3rd inning, just looking to find the strike zone here a little bit more in the 4th. This one will be hit down the left field line, and that's going to be a fair ball. Nice swing there by Howard. Coming in to score is Cordero. Ranke will make his way in to score. Going to second base will be Howard, who gets his 4th and 5th run driven into the game. It's now 14-1 in favor of the Broncos. Cordero comes in, Ranke comes in, Mouse goes first to third, and Howard scampers to second base on the base knock. His 3rd hit of the game, and Lisbon now with a 14-1 advantage. Colton Johnson has hit a couple of singles today. First pitch swinging, hits a C&I single right back up the middle. As Mouse will come in to score, Howard will make his way to third. Johnson is aboard for his 3rd time with his 3rd straight single of the game. And the scoring continues as it's now a 15-1 contest. As Eli Lyons comes up to the plate. And Lyons will see this go all the way to the backstop. Coming in to score will be Howard. Colton Johnson will go to second base on the wild pitch. And Eli Lyons earned a walk his last time up. It's now 16-1. So for the Lisbon Broncos, 16 runs across. Welter. We'll see this swung on a miss. It's now 1-1. As Jens Irie looking for his first out of the game here. His game again started about 75, getting closer to about 75 minutes ago here in Enderlin. Runner at second base is Colton Johnson. This one will make it now 2-1. 7th batter of the inning so far here for the Lisbon Broncos. They did put 10 batters to the plate in both the 1st and the 2nd. This one will go all the way to the backstop, making his way to third base. Here will be Colton Johnson. And now Elliot Welter, 3 balls and a strike. From there, the Broncos will continue with Moss on the on-deck circle. Here's the pitch on the way. This is going to be hit, and that's a line drive fair ball right in front of Bierke. Coming in to score here will be Colton Johnson as Eli Lyons is able to get the base knock there. As another run comes in to score here with Colton Johnson, it's 17-1 in favor of Lisbon. Jacob Lyons due up next here for the Kylan Moss, batting for Jacob Lyons here. This one will be out of the zone. It's 1-0. Eighth batter of the game here for the inning for the Lisbon Broncos. Runner at first base again. Here goes Eli Lyons. This will be out of the zone. 2-0 to Moss. Moss with a grounder to shortstop McCullough. His last time up, that was in the third. As the Broncos done their damage here via the single and the walk variety here in the inning. That one in there for a strike. It's 2-1. Started with 3 consecutive walks. Then Mouse was able to reach base on an error. Then 3 consecutive singles by Howard Johnson and Eli Lyons. This one will miss in, go all the way to the backstop, and yet again, Welter will make that. Eli Lyons will make his way towards second base. As the elementary students are making their way here to Enderlin, part of the day game where the students can get out of school for a little bit, enjoy some sun, and get back to school and have some lunch a little bit later on, as this one is in there for a strike. It's now 3-2 here to Moss. After the conclusion of the game, there'll be 15 minutes in between contests for the next game moving on up through. The 3-2 pitch, that'll miss for a ball, as Moss will take the free pass. As he does, the Lisbon Broncos have taken 4 walks here in the inning. That's the 5th one against Jens Eyre, and now it's to Olsen upcoming here. The lefty has struck out twice and hit by a pitch, 0 for 2 here in this one. Good block on the way there by Lark behind the plate. You have Ticky at first base, Noah Olstead at second, McCullough at shortstop, and Kozowski at third base here for the Raiders. We'll get to the outfield after this pitch. This will also be out of the zone. It's now 2-0. Bierke in left with Warren in center, Ray Olstead in right here for Maple River. Runner at first base and second for the Broncos. That's Moss at first base. This one will be missing in now, 3-0, and Eli Lyons stands at second. 3 balls, no strikes on the way as Jens Eyre looking to find the strike zone here for Maple River. 3-0 pitch, able to do so, now 3-1. Trying to see if he can force the Broncos to put a swing on a ball and maybe use your defense behind you to try to get an out here from the Raider perspective. 3-1 pitch, that'll miss. Now it's going to be a 5-pitch walk, 6th walk for Jens Eyre here, and the bases are full for the Lisbon Broncos as Larry Fontaine will come out, and we'll see if we maybe get a new pitcher upcoming here with bases full of Broncos in the top of the 4th inning, and it looks like we will. We'll let you know about the change next here on YourLiveEvent.com.
At Enbridge, we're focused on relationships. 23 Canadian First Nation and Métis communities now own an equity stake in Enbridge Athabasca Pipelines. In Minnesota, Enbridge has spent $450 million and counting with Native-owned companies and in wages to tribal members working on Line 3. Every day brings new collaborations, partnerships, and possibilities. Learn more at Enbridge.com.
You don't have to go alone. I will bring you
The Northern Cast Booster Club is here for all Jaguar students from academics, arts, athletics, and co-curricular activities throughout the school year. You can find more information or become a Northern Cast Booster Club member today by scanning the QR code on screen now or follow the Northern Cast Booster Club on Facebook for updates throughout the year, or simply search for the Northern Cast Booster Club page on the Northern Cast School website. Go Jags!
Farmers, are you expanding, upgrading, or want to automate? Visit with the experienced staff at Hope Electric to learn about the latest electrical systems and the newest technologies that they have developed to make your operation more efficient. Get a custom system in place with features like iPad truck loading and remote view grain storage, touchscreen controls, hazard monitoring systems, and wireless cellular cameras to protect your assets. Hope Electric, serving the agricultural and commercial industry since 1978. Visit hopeelectric.com or call 701-945-2460.
As we get this one coming through here, and first pitch on the way to Zane Johnson's going to be a ball, as Bierke will see this one miss out of the zone. Coming in to score is coming across here will be Eli Lyons, as Jacob Lyons will make his way to third base, and then you have Jack Olson now at second. Jens Irie, 1 inning of work, 4 hits, and he's going to give up a couple more runs as he's on the hook for everybody on the bases here. So coming in on another wild pitch will be Jacob Lyons, as Jack Olson will make his way to third base. So 1 inning of work, 4 hits, so far 8 runs against, 6 walks and 1 strikeout here on the way, as it's now 2 extra runs coming in to make it 19-1. This one is foul back. It's now 1 strike on the way for Zane Johnson. 2 balls and 1 strike. Zane a single, a hit by pitch, and a walk with a run scored here today for the Lisbon Broncos. Running at third base is Jack Olson. Here's the pitch. This one will be fouled. Make it now 2 balls and 2 strikes. As we've reached the 79th minute of this baseball game from when it was first pitched. So we're getting to minute number 80 here, which means we got 10 minutes left on the timer before this one goes final, as this one is swung on a miss for the strikeout. Bierke gets the punch out, and there's one down here in the top of the 4th inning. And they're just going to call it after that and say, Maple River, you can have your chance to come up to the plate. So we'll go to the top of the 4th and make our way to the bottom of the 4th. It's Lisbon 19, Maple River 1 here on your liveevent.com.
Hunter Insurance Agency is a locally owned full-service agency providing protection and coverage in a number of different areas. Hunter Insurance Agency offers multi-peril crop insurance, crop hail insurance, and farm insurance for buildings and equipment. Plus, they offer home, auto, life, and business insurance. For more information, go online to hunterinsuranceagency.com or stop in and speak with Johnny Jorgensen at Hunter Insurance Agency. Find them at 201 Main Street, Hunter. From on-site farm repairs to maintaining the condition of your vehicle, trust the staff at Welton's Tire Service. They've served the Lisbon area since 1972, guaranteeing customer satisfaction and workmanship from farm equipment, tire services, and preventative vehicle maintenance. You'll find it all from affordable prices, free estimates, to their knowledgeable technicians answering any question. Welton's Tire Service is locally owned and located on Main Street in Lisbon. For information, go online to weltonstire.net or call 701-683-5136.
As we head to the bottom of the 4th inning, 8 runs, 3 hits, error, and a runner left on base. Bierke gets the strikeout, and they said, you know what, after that, you pretty much came up to the plate, and again, why don't we just have the Maple River Raiders get some at-bats here in this particular contest. It's, again, 19-1 right now in favor of the Lisbon Broncos as we make our way to the bottom of the 4th inning. Grayson Lyons on the bump. We'll continue here as this one missing for a ball. Bridger Kozowski, Bierke, and Ticky are the scheduled due batters here for Maple River. Grayson Lyons with the pitch in there for a strike. It's now 1-1. With where the time limit is, that's pretty much just one of those things where you say, okay, let's just get to the outfield, let Maple River get some hits up. Broncos going to come out and win this game, but let's get some guys, some at-bats here from the Raider perspective, allow Lisbon to get some guys in the outfield and the infield and make that one going right up the middle here for Bridger Kozowski, as Kozowski is able to get the base knock. That'll be his 4th hit. And now you'll see McCoy Bierke. Bierke 0 for 1 today with a ground out to the shortstop. That was Bittner back in the 2nd inning, as Cordero plays a short right now with Mouse at 2nd. This one is going to be fouled, and McCoy Bierke will see this now 0-1. Well, the highway behind us definitely gets peppered if you're driving on by here through Enderlin, with where the complex of the Hendrickson Field is. Here's the 0-1 pitch. That one will be all the way to the backstop. Staying put at first base is Kozowski. It's now 0-2 to Bierke on the swing and the miss. As you have highway again, 46 behind us here on the Hendrickson Field. Lions, we'll see this one popped up, playable. We'll see if it stays in, and a nice catch there by Howard at the catcher spot, and there's one down. On the Bank North scoreboard, Oren Ticky now will come up to the plate. Started a little bit of a 2-out rally in the 2nd where he got on base with a single. Then from there, you're able to see the 8th grader in Noah Olstead was able to get on base with a single as well. Runner at first. Kozowski takes his lead. Here goes Lyons with the pitch. This one going to be swung on. A line drive shot hit to left. And there's 2 down. As now you will see indeed Noah Olstead to the plate here. As Olstead will be coming on here for Maple River. Runner at first. Here with Bridger Kozowski, as Grayson Lyons right now looks back at the runner. Here's the offering. That one will miss out of the zone. It's now 1-0. As we'll see this continuing here for Maple River. Trying to see if they can bring their 5th batter to the plate here in the inning. Here's Lyons. This is going to be hit in the air. Difficult play for Mouse, as that's going to be another base knock here for the 8th grader. Did it once, not twice. As Kozowski goes to 2nd, as Noah Olstead gets the base knock. A couple of singles on the way here. 5th hit here against Grayson Lyons. And the 8th grader's done a nice job staying through the zone, hitting it right back up the middle. Got a couple of base knocks here so far for the Raiders, as Ray Olstead will come up now. Struck out his last time up. As he will see this in there for a strike. It's 0-1. Back to the top of the lineup by Trent Warren if Ray Olstead can find a way to get aboard here in the bottom of the 4th inning on the Bank North scoreboard. As Lyons looks back the runner at 2nd. Here's the pitch. This is going to be popped up. Howard gives chase in front of the Raider bench and dugout, and unable to get there close enough. So now it'll be 0-2. So no balls, 2 strikes on the way. Good chase, though, by Howard. Already made one in foul territory here, retiring Bierke early on in the inning. That time trying to see if he can find a way to get out Ray Olstead, as Olstead will be behind the count. No balls, 2 strikes. Lions with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Looks back the runner at 2nd. And the pitch. Foul back. We'll keep it at 0-2. Raiders will have a game off before they're scheduled to play again at 12:30. While for the Lisbon Broncos, they will play their final game of the Enderlin Baseball Classic here next against the Enderlin Eagles. And it was scheduled for a 10:45 start, pretty close to being on time right now. Here's the 0-2. Strike 3 looking, and that'll retire the Raiders here in the 4th inning. So no runs, 2 hits, no errors, and 2 runners left. And that one will do it here as the Lisbon Broncos win it in 4 by a final of 19-1. Grayson Lyons will pick up the win. 4 innings of work, 5 hits, a run against that was earned, 1 walk, and 4 strikeouts, as the Lisbon Broncos pick up the victory here today, 19-1 over the Maple River Raiders. We'll take a look at the final line score when we come back next. We'll get to our Enbridge Energy Player of the Game, Agassi Precision Egg Play the Contest, that and more here from Hendrickson Field. This is high school baseball.
For trusted news, weather, and sports from your community, look to R&J Broadcasting Incorporated. KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ Radio and RJBroadcasting.com. Hear local voices from local radio with news and information from the area. Your information stations, KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ Radio and RJBroadcasting.com. Local voices from local radio.
Your final in 4 innings today for our first of 7 games here from the Enderlin Baseball Classic. The Lisbon Broncos winning in an hour and 26 minutes here, 19-1 over the Maple River Raiders. 19 runs here for the Lisbon Broncos, 14 hits, no errors, and 7 runners left on base. Maple River a run with 5 hits, 1 error, and 5 runners left on base here for the Maple River Raiders. Raiders 1 run coming by a Trent Warren triple, a Charlie McCullough RBI in the first. For the Lisbon Broncos, a couple of nice performances. Jaden Howard to make note of here, a 2-run homer in the first inning, and a couple RBIs after that. He finishes with 5 in the game with a double in the second, a single in the fourth. He goes 3 of 4 from the plate, 3 runs scored with 5 runs driven in. Here for Jaden Howard, a player to make note of here in this contest, and the same for Bittner, and alongside him, Jacob Lyons. Lyons goes 2 for 2 with a couple of runs scored and 3 runs driven in here for the Lisbon Broncos, while Bittner here today gets a single, a double, 2 runs driven in with 2 runs scored, and also a stolen base on the way for Jordan Bittner. Lisbon 5 runs in the first, 6 in the second, 8 in the fourth. Maple River with 1 run. That was in the first inning. Winning pitcher will go to Grayson Lyons here. He goes 4 innings, 5 hits, 1 run that was earned, a walk, and 4 strikeouts. Bridger Kozowski picks up the loss today in 2 innings of work, 10 hits against 11 runs. Give up 5 free passes, 2 walks, and 3 hit by pitch, and then 2 strikeouts here today for the Maple River Raiders. As we get now to our Enbridge Energy Player of the Game, go to Enbridge.com for career opportunities. Life takes energy. That again is Enbridge.com. And Player of the Game here in this one will go to the senior catcher who made a couple of nice plays behind the plate as well with Jaden Howard. Howard with that 2-run line drive homer to left. He had the RBI double as well on top of that in the second, as we alluded to. Got on base 3 times, 3 runs scored. Jaden Howard is our Enbridge Energy Player of the Game. Go to Enbridge.com for career opportunities. Life takes energy. And finally, we'll get to our Agassi Precision Egg Play the Contest. We're going to make that the diving stop in center field by Warren. Warren had a nice job of coming in, kind of a basket catch, almost sliding towards second base. Trent Warren with a nice basket catch to rob a hit from Bittner back in the 3rd inning. That is our Agassi Precision Egg Play the Contest. Go to Agassi Precision Egg website at planterdoc.com. That again is planterdoc.com at Agassi Precision Egg, and that's planterdoc.com. So with this one, the Lisbon Broncos pick up the victory. We'll take a quick break. We'll put a bow on our first of 7 next here from Enderlin.
Halstead Telephone Company delivers fast broadband internet, telephone, and cable TV to residents in this region, including Halstead, Shelley, Neillsville, Climax, Fisher, Bigland, Gentilly in Minnesota, and Hillsborough, Caledonia, Gardner, and Argosville, North Dakota. Serving the area residents since 1904, Halstead Telephone continues to create a bright future for this region using 100% fiber optic technology. Service plans offer flexibility and choices, and there's local support personnel ready to help. Contact Halstead Telephone Company today.
So again, the Lisbon Broncos able to pick up the win 19-1. Next game for Lisbon will be in about 10 minutes as they will go up against the Enderlin Eagles here. Scheduled first pitch at 10:45. The Maple River Raiders will play next at 12:30 as they will go up against the Ball Stars of Hankinson, Fairmount, Campbell, Tinta, Rossholt, and Lidgerwood. Then we'll get to the afternoon session at 2:15 with Hillsborough, Central Valley, and Kindred. Then we'll get to the Ball Stars against Hatton Northwood at 4 o'clock. 5:45, it's HCV against Northern Cass in the nightcap. Roughly at 7:30, it's Enderlin and Northern Cass as well. On behalf of Joey Hughes, I'm Chase Miller, repeating today's final here in this one. The Lisbon Broncos pick up the win 19-1 over Maple River. Join us in just under 10 minutes as we get you ready for Enderlin and Lisbon in Game 2 of 7 here today on YourLiveEvent.com.